Greater spotlight on some of the details that you have to be good at, that Caitlin could cover up with her incredible skill.
Hello and welcome back to another Clark update. I hope you're all doing well. Today I have another exciting story to share with you, so be sure to stay with me until the very end. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Now, let's jump right into today's story. Alright, here we go. She said absolutely nothing. There was no official statement, no advance notice, and not even a single post online. With only one person accompanying her, Caitlin Clark quietly stepped inside that exclusive Nike studio. And that person was Sophie Cunningham, not her coach, not her agent, and not even a member of her family. If you're enjoying this content, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, over 90% of the people watching still haven't subscribed. It's completely free and takes only a moment, but your support truly means a lot to us. So, have you subscribed yet? Awesome. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Now, let's get back to today's video.
The W really is, you know what I mean? And like, I get it to a certain extent, and like every rookie coming into the league, that's how you're going to treat them. But there's just more.
And what unfolded afterward was far more than simply historic. It was deeply emotional, intensely personal, and completely unlike anything basketball had ever witnessed before. A young newcomer publicly gave away part of her $25 million fortune without hesitation, creating a moment that could forever change the future of the WNBA. Hit the like button if you're witnessing the rise of a true queen who's thinking several moves ahead while everyone else is still playing checkers. Don't forget to subscribe, because Caitlin Clark isn't merely changing the league, she's completely transforming the balance of power. Ever since her days at Iowa, Nike had been closely watching Caitlin Clark.
So in your career, you got to match up against other Nike hoopers. Do you have a favorite matchup?
You're gonna get me in trouble. Honestly, like, I'll just say because she's such an icon in our sport and has been in the game for so long. You know, getting to share the court with her was pretty fun, and you just see her competitive spirit, even though you're not on her team. Like,
forces Nike puts behind Caitlin Clark now that we're going to start getting some of her merchandise coming out, and fans are indeed excited. I miss my GOAT playing. Gonna go ham on this commercial. I thought it was a nice commercial myself. Where is her own shoe? We're waiting on that. We are waiting on that. Wow. Y'all must have a fever or something. Oh, what a great double play on words.
When she dropped 40 points on national television, Nike's executives took notice. When she started filling arenas that even some NBA teams struggled to pack, the company moved forward with the deal. And when she secured that $25 million contract, reportedly the biggest ever for a WNBA player, Nike assumed the story was complete. Caitlin was expected to become the league's lone superstar, the face on billboards and the centerpiece of the brand. But Caitlin had an entirely different vision, because she never wanted to build her legacy by herself. Just 1 week before the Nike campaign was scheduled to launch, Caitlin reportedly made a private call. She contacted Nike with an unusual request to custom design featuring a single golden box. Inside was a sneaker that had never been released, a white and gold prototype with a legacy message stitched onto the tongue, along with initials belonging not only to Caitlin, but also to Sophie Cunningham. Nike reportedly hesitated. It's simply not how signature shoe deals usually operate. But Caitlin wasn't backing down. She reportedly told them, "I didn't reach this point by myself, and I don't intend to move forward alone." Nike eventually agreed. Then, on the day of the shoot, with bright light shining and cameras rolling, Caitlin opened the package, turned towards Sophie, and quietly said, "This is ours." She willingly shared half of the spotlight with her teammate. No WNBA star had ever made a gesture quite like that before. Sophie may not be the league's most famous player, and she may not be the loudest voice, but she is undeniably one of its toughest competitors. For years, Sophie has continued fighting her way through this league. She's endured hard contact, physical fouls, constant trash talk.
Play until right before. This is a preseason game where Clark is not available, and yet probably
one that doesn't include 10 other people. All right, now let's go show you something else. So the shoe goes on sale today, or was it today? It's sold out in minutes. And I want to show you something right here. Just so you can, just a reminder, so you remember who the cash cow is, who the box office attraction is. You got to remember this. So remember, if you're not familiar, they have something called GOAT. GOAT is a secondhand market for sneakers. And this is their website. And if you see the shoes on here, it's right here, Caitlin Clark.
When Kate was hurt, and our offense was clicking, but now we have to have a new offense when she's in there, because she just brings that much to the game, and so we have to adjust. And I think all of us just want it now. We know what the potential of this team can be, but we can't think about that. You really have to take day at a, like, day to day and stuff that worked here, we need to carry it over to tomorrow's game. We have a lot of games coming up in I think like 7 days or whatnot, and so it's mentally making sure that we're good.
Commercial since she's entered the WNBA. I know she's made a cameo here, she's made a cameo there, she was featured as part of this rollout here, featured as part of this rollout there, but is this our first official Caitlin Clark solo commercial since she has joined the WNBA? And as well, WNBA ratings from this past week in non-Caitlin Clark games on NBA TV have been
Nike situation. Now we know Caitlin Clark got some shoes that is set to be released tomorrow. That is a PE Kobe Bryant shoe, bruh. Yes, Caitlin Clark got her own signature PEs with Kobe Bryant and Nike. Now, one thing about it is there's another shoe that is set to be released.
Caitlin Clark also endured criticism, hostile reactions, and intense targeting when she first entered the league. Throughout those difficult moments, Sophie remained right there beside her. She supported Caitlin when other veterans chose not to. She defended her when speaking out could have come with serious consequences. She even faced a fine while standing up for Caitlin, and that was something Caitlin never forgot. "She didn't have to stand up for me," Caitlin reportedly said at one point, "but she chose to, and that's exactly the kind of person I want by my side."
You talk to Sophie Cunningham, and she'll say, "I'm trying to wrap her up," and I do think that's what she was intending. But she got her hands up there. It deserved a flagrant foul, but all of this is stemming from what we saw.
That golden box was far more than a simple gift. It represented gratitude. Within just a few hours, the footage reportedly surfaced online and social media immediately exploded with reactions. Aja Wilson responded with a single emoji, while Angel Reese reportedly went live. Inside the Fever locker room, the reaction was completely different. There was silence, followed by emotional tears. The players weren't angry or disappointed. Instead, they felt inspired. Caitlin had received more than a contract or luxury purse. According to the story, she chose to share her success with a teammate. And who would actually do something like that? Caitlin had accomplished more than simply signing a major endorsement deal. She had delivered a message about shared power, loyalty, and mutual respect. Reports suggest Nike is already adjusting its plans behind the scenes. The proposed Legacy collection has reportedly received approval, allowing Caitlin to spotlight one player each year, someone who genuinely earned the recognition rather than simply being a close friend or teammate. One special box, one meaningful reveal, and one collaboration every year. This isn't being presented as an ordinary sponsorship agreement, it's the creation of a legacy that is supposedly unfolding right before our eyes. A type of influential partnership circle like this has rarely been seen in the WNBA, and according to the story, Caitlin Clark has helped create something completely new. The first name reportedly written in gold is Sophie Cunningham. The WNBA is an incredibly demanding league. Young players face pressure, rivalries can become intense, fans can be unforgiving, and media criticism is constant. Yet Caitlin Clark's recent actions, as described in this story, highlight a much deeper lesson. The people who stand up for you deserve to be supported when you rise. As you reach greater heights, you can also help lift others alongside you. In today's WNBA, success isn't measured only by points and statistics. True impact matters too. To one gesture and one golden box, Caitlin Clark demonstrated the kind of influence that goes beyond simply being the face of the league. If you're watching this story, remember that true greatness often comes from giving rather than taking. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments about which player Caitlin should choose for the next golden box. Because according to this story, the journey is only beginning. As this remarkable story reaches its conclusion, there's one important lesson worth remembering. In sports, the most unforgettable moments don't always happen during the actual competition. Sometimes, the memories that remain with fans for years are created away from the spotlight, in moments where character becomes more important than statistics, and respect carries more weight than any championship trophy. Throughout her career, Caitlin Clark has earned praise for her scoring talent, incredible court vision, and fearless confidence. Those qualities have helped establish her as one of the most recognizable young stars in basketball. But eventually, every athlete reaches a stage where people begin judging them for more than just points, records, and victories. They start asking much deeper questions. What kind of teammate are you? What type of leader do you want to become? And what legacy will remain after your final game has been played? Those are the questions that ultimately shape the careers of truly great athletes. The story we've explored today has sparked plenty of discussion among basketball supporters. Some viewers see it as a powerful example of how success becomes more meaningful when it motivates and inspires others. Others believe it demonstrates the importance of standing beside those who support you during challenging times. Whatever your personal view may be, one truth remains clear. Loyalty, trust, and respect are essential qualities for any team hoping to achieve greatness. These values cannot be calculated through statistics, television ratings, endorsement deals, or social media numbers. They develop gradually through consistent actions, genuine commitment, and the courage to support one another when it truly matters. The WNBA is continuing to expand at an extraordinary rate. Each season, more fans discover the league. Arenas are becoming increasingly energetic, television audiences are growing, and more young athletes are dreaming about one day playing professional basketball. That progress belongs to generations of talented players who have helped move the sport forward over the years. Every era brings something meaningful, and every superstar contributes another chapter to the league's evolving history. Competition will always be part of sports. Rivalries will remain intense, and passionate disagreements between fans will continue to make basketball entertaining. But the future of the game becomes even brighter when elite players challenge one another to improve and reach new levels. As viewers, it's equally important to understand the difference between inspiring narratives and verified information. Stories posted across social media can spread incredibly fast, and not every claim or detail can always be independently confirmed. Regardless of which reports eventually turn out to be accurate, the broader message still carries value. Basketball has always been about more than individual awards, statistics, or endorsement contracts. The athletes remembered most are often those who made a meaningful difference not only through their own achievements, but also through the influence they had on teammates, communities, and future generations. Whether you've supported the WNBA for years or only recently started following the league, this is an exciting period to witness the continued growth of women's basketball. New stars are arriving, experienced veterans are continuing to raise the standard, and every season delivers unforgettable moments that remind us why this sport means so much to its fans. The next chapter remains unwritten, and that's exactly what makes the journey so exciting to follow. Thank you for staying with us until the very end. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another basketball story from us. We'd also love to hear your perspective in the comments below. What has impressed you most about Caitlin Clark's influence on the game, and which player do you believe has contributed the most to the WNBA's continued growth? Keep the conversation respectful, because every thoughtful opinion can add something meaningful to the discussion. Until next time, stay safe, continue supporting the sport you love, and we'll see you again in the next video.